Well,
Yeah, and it made a very big impression on me, and about his work and about my own and why I did it. He was very fortunate that it didn't ruin his career, and I just wondered your experience, because we were both about the same. Well, you were a little older, but he's a little older. What effect it did have on you in terms of your
well,
work?
it was a terrifying time in this country. And my father was a teacher in the LA City school system, and they decided, the LA City school system was swept up in the hysteria in the country, and they decided they were going to have their own tribunal. And my father and a group of other teachers said, you don't have any right to do this. You don't have no right to question me about my political interests. And he got fired, and for the next 10 years had a hard time finding a job anywhere. Never lost his positive attitude, but maybe longer than 10, 15 years. He'd get a job, they'd find out about him, and he'd have to quit. And then about 10 years after he died, they won the case, and the LA school system had to pay. Had to pay him restitution money, and I remember the way I found out about it. I thought it was over and gone. I thought the whole episode was over and gone. I was on a movie set shooting, and all of a sudden, a whole reporters and photographers came on, and what was going on? I had no idea. And they said, your father has just won his lawsuit. And all the rage I had felt for the terror we had lived under for 10 or 15 years came rushing back. They said, how does it feel having him vindicated? And I said, he didn't need any vindication. The LA school system got vindicated finally. After he never did anything to warrant the treatment. Yeah. And it just didn't hold him down. But it was a harrowing, frightening period.
Is there anyone out there at that? No.
Yes. Alan, I'd like to say that I really loved your work, and I think I could probably speak for the entire audience in The Babysitters. And just wondered how you got into your musical career, why you gave up your musical career.
It was never really much of a career. I picked up the guitar when I was everything I've ever done came by accident except acting. Acting was the only driving force in my life, and everything else, all the other things I've done, I just kind of fell into. I don't know how any of them happened, except that I picked up a guitar and learned how to play about 8 chords when I was in my teens, and we were broke all the time, so I went out and would earn $5 here and there at a union meeting, and that I thought was going to be it. Then I got out, I quit or got kicked out of Bennington, but I'm not sure which, at some point, and went to New York and was broke. And a couple of people who had heard that I played the guitar asked me if I wanted to be part of a group, and I said, yeah, sure. So we got together and started playing around New York a little bit, and very quickly got a record contract and made a couple of hit records, which got me around the world. And enough money to put some money. I thought, my naivete that was going to give me an entree into the film business or acting, but of course it didn't. And just gave me enough money to be an unemployed actor in New York for about 3 years afterwards.
Sing us about 8 bars of Banana Song. Come on.
I will absolutely not do that.
Mr. Tallyman.
You're making a spectacle of yourself.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that Get Smart is a very well done, very funny movie, but the very best line in that movie was...
about the swordfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please say it.
What?
Can you say it for me?
Oh, God. It's funny, we had a table reading of the film, and I couldn't say the line. I was laughing so hard when I read this, I couldn't say it. It's, you haven't seen it. There's a scene in which Steve Carell is driving me like a maniac through a golf course, hitting everything in sight. because he's so intent on solving this crime that's been going on. And I'm this passenger next to him, the head of the agency, and he goes crashing through a fish restaurant, and he ends up with the head of a swordfish, and the point was about an inch away from my head. And Steve Carell says he solved it. He says, "Are you thinking what I'm thinking?" And my line is, I said, "If you were thinking, holy shit, a swordfish almost went through my head," then the answer is yes. Otherwise, no. It's a great line. I wish I could say I improvised it, but it was written.
Good evening. We talked about your cinema, and something I didn't get a chance to see was your run with the Sunshine Boys. So I wondered if you might share a remembrance of that.
Remembrance of the Sunshine Boys?
Did you happen to